I just want to be celebrated and be happy. I was smiling. I don't know what
What
you're
are they
doing.
gonna say? I don't know. I was
So you want to get an old guitar.
probably.
Guess what? You probably can't afford it. Neither can we.
There's no guesses here.
When I saw those 70s Strats going for 10K, I was like, all right, game's over, kids. That's it. I'm out.
Done.
I'm out of the vintage market apparently, but there's a way.
Ooh.
There's a secret. There's a path. They're called Partscasters.
Just call Warmth up. Tell them what you want.
What I'm gonna call it the vintage
not that.
Partscaster path to tonal.
Bliss.
I was gonna say purity, but I never had a purity ring either.
Mediocrity. Sorry.
Purity rings for those losers. I was trying to get lucky. I was just a loser not by choice. I was a loser by like
Pretty sure there's a name for that too, but we'll leave it. We'll
lack
leave
of
that.
ability.
Yeah.
I know. I tried for a long time until I found someone sad enough to be with me. No, so let's say I walked into this guitar shop the other day.
Yep.
And I saw it was an old like 50s Strat on the wall. It was black,
Okay.
maple neck. It was beat up. It was an affordable price. It happened to have been owned by Eric Clapton at some point. But I said, no, thank you. I do not want a Partscaster. I want a 100% original guitar. I'm making a joke, of course, referencing black.
That was a fictional story. Just
So, I know. I watched Mighty
You're like,
Ducks.
what?
I was watching
You
Mighty
did
Ducks
not.
last night with my kids.
Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, the Ducks, the movie. You know,
Should have watched Howard the Duck.
no, they're not ready for that yet. That's too awesome. No, but then like the part where like, he was explaining sarcasm to the kids, and I was like,
Millie
oh, that's
was the
funny.
best.
They just don't get that. He was so young.
He was.
We were laughing at how like this is terrible saying like she's not all she's gorgeous, but like how like by today's standards, like oh like they would never have a mom cast like of the appropriate age, like looking.
Oh, yeah, no.
Because like it would be like a 19-year-old cast is the mother of the 10-year-olds now, but to make her look 32 versus like an actual like 27-year-old or
What year was that movie?
a 1992, I
I
believe.
mean, I used to love that movie as a child. And then even the dumb sequels where like they had all those little trick shots
I
where
haven't
they do
seen
like,
the sequels. This is the first time I've ever seen it. Was last
oh,
night.
it's amazing.
I missed it.
It's fantastic.
Anyway, sarcasm.
Everything about
That's
it.
the only reason I brought Ducks up. Sorry, we were off topic in like less than 3 minutes. Good job. It's your fault.
Was it my fault?
Anyway,
I
so
don't know.
some of the greatest guitars in history are Partscasters.
That's true.
Like we're gonna look at David Gilmour's guitar has been sort of modded to the Jinx and like Blackie. Even like SRV's #1, like that neck has been probably replaced a gaggle of times from the abuse. Like when you walk your guitar across the stage, whammy bar, it might take some beatings.
Kind of amazing.
So you might be like missing out on some great deals to have a lot of fun out there with an old guitar.
Vintage Partscaster. I like it. I like
Yeah,
that
just
idea.
like it's because I saw one at Mom and Dad's Music's outside of Nashville in Clarksville. I think it's Clarksville. It's a military base there, and it was a 50-something Strat. I'm sure it's gone by now, but it was like under $20,000. I was like, I'll take it now. But then like it was like it was like 50s body and maybe different pickups and a different neck. So it becomes a quandary. I'm like, oh, do I want that? Like, am I ready to invest that money in it?
Right.
And the answer should maybe be yes. That's why it was priced so low.
Do you think those will continue to climb as well? Like, let's say you got a
Yes.
a late 50s body, but somebody put a 61, 62 neck on it, and the pickups are from.
Let's say the pickups are custom shop. Like
Okay,
new.
I was gonna go with like mid 60s.
Yeah, but I'm even say like I'm gonna go as far as that. Like let's say the new. Like, I think yes, you're still getting vintage aspects to the piece. I think it's gonna. I mean, if a 1970 Strat is now $10,000, yes,
That's true.
I mean,
You just have to attach in your brain like what holds the value there. Is it having that old piece of wood on the body? I mean, because I think I'd almost rather have the cooler. I mean, the ones that we have had in here, like 60 Strats, the pickups just seem. That's where the magic seems to lie. The most. I mean, I don't know.
No, because like, even like the bridge on even the Bootleggers one that I love so much, that was like a little bit of a piercing bridge.
Yeah.
Where the neck was just like awesome. Like
The neck and like the four, like those positions.
Yeah, that was sort of the magic zone of that guitar. It had like these, 3 to 5.
So maybe the magic is the old school neck and middle pickup and like some sort of newish bridge thing.
And like the pots are maybe gonna be different.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe the magic is you're not buying it as an investment. You're buying it to actually play it and enjoy it and have a vintage piece.
I mean, that is just cool, you know?
It's, the idea of investing guitars is crazy. Like, you know, I do it somewhat, but I play them. You know, like your guitars can be used.
That's the kind of thing, though, right? Like, it's okay. Like, if you love it and you play it and it brings you joy, and then it happens to also increase in value, that's like the win-win-win. You know what I mean?
When you said if you love it and you play it, I was like, right when you said it, I was like, and if you love it and then you hate me, because I can't get that Avril Lavigne song out of my head. With Black Bear, I don't want to leave Black Bear out of it, but like my 3-year-old always walks in the room and is like, love it when you hate me. Wish you could erase me. I'm like, it's just a weird song for you to like. Why does Avril Lavigne have to be your childhood song that's going to trigger you later in life? Which is okay.
Whatever.
And I hear she's engaged with a heart-shaped ring to her bow. Congratulations to Avril.
Who's she engaged to?
I don't remember his name, but he wears funny suits.
It's okay.
But she dresses funny too. But I love her. She's adorable in every way. Like, her music's fantastic.
It's true.
I love it when you hate me. Go check that song out. It's so good.
Yeah.
In a bad way.
In a bad way.
In a bad and good way. I don't know. It's everything about it's great. It's like Blink-182 never stopped, and now they replace it with Avril Lavigne because Travis Barker's producing it all. It's like Machine Gun Kelly, the female version.
I'm sort of fine with all those things.
I love it. It's just fun. It's like there's guitars and drums and songs again on the
Weird.
pop.
Crazy.
Oh, it's weird. And she's like not a kid. She's 38 or something, like a grown up. It's weird.
That's pretty
Much
grown
still
up.
killing it. I was gonna make like a vintage reference, but I'm gonna leave it alone now. For pop, that's
Probably
like,
for the best.
That is
vintage.
If you're over
When you're a pop
20,
star.
it's oh my god, I can't believe
Time's
I'm so
ticking.
old now.
Shelf life
Jeez,
is
you're
winding down.
22.
That's right.
No, I think it's a great way to get into this game without killing yourself. And you have to like it's over the financials of it because it is like now like to buy like a 64 Stratocaster not mint, just like beat the hell even, but original, you're over 30K now.
Yeah.
It's it was in the 20s to 30s before the world exploded, but now you're up there. Yeah, so it's I think it might be worth looking into.
So maybe look into
And take that journey if you're ready.
vintage. I mean, it is funny because I feel like part of the deal with vintage instruments is it's the iconicness of them, right? Like you want something that your heroes played, but for me, and probably for you too, a lot of our heroes, like you mentioned Clapton, they're playing Partscaster. You know what I mean? They like guitars they cobbled together. Because I love that sort of blind faith thing where Clapton's playing the Tele Custom, like the Bound Tele with the Strat neck on it. Like as a kid, you know, teenager, I just thought that was the coolest thing.
It's weird as a teenager you knew who Blind Faith was too. I did too, but it's just funny.
Strange, yeah. You know.
Like, you know, and then you talk to our wives who are like, yeah, I love Hanson. You're like, no, what? How am I making babies with you?
I know.
Yeah,
I know. Who? Right. My wife. We have very strange discussions about the Spotify playlist in the car ride sometimes.
It's
My wife's thoughts on the music.
when we were listening to like
to.
when Limp Bizkit came on the other day, like, and I like turned it up and I had all the kids singing it, and she was like, she never really listened to the words of Nookie before, but it was a good moment. It was, and she was like, stick it in the what? I'm like, mm-hmm. He's inferring. He doesn't say it. It's inferred. So it's not bad. And the kids are like, yeah, this is great. Or like, you know, we listened to I Just Went Blank. Oh my God, Rage Against the Machine.
Okay.
Killing in the name of. And then you get to the end. It's hilarious. Like I do kind of have to turn that down maybe, and I'll change some words a little bit when I'm singing with my kids. But that one you cannot change. That's pretty much you're saying it.
Ours are generally more tame than that because we're boring people. But
Oh, sorry, I'm a bad parent, I think.
But you know, like when it's the occasional like damn or something, Christy and I will just talk over it. We'll just
yeah, damn is.
Hey kids, you know, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, no, the F word is in a lot of our songs. Avril Lavigne as well. And
Avril's got
her first single of her latest album has that in there right in the pre-chorus, and then obviously Rage Against the Machine uses that every once in a while.
Every now and again.
Every now for the entire refrain of their Killing in the Name of. All those who work forces had a same burner. It's such a good song though. Like it's that groove. There's some great TikTok videos and YouTube memes and stuff of like dudes listening to that song for the first time. They're like the kind of dudes that like, you know, just not usually listening to me. They're like, whoa, whoa. It's like, yeah, 'cause it just gets you going.
I love those things because I'm always like, of course you've heard this song before. Like, this is BS.
No, I think some people just had, like, I never watched Mighty Ducks.
Okay, all right.
You know? I had never seen The Lion King.
But you also weren't on video going, oh my God, oh my God, I cannot believe they made this movie. You weren't doing that either.
No, but we were going like ducks, like during the whole movie. It was hilarious.
We were just caught up in the moment.
You know, like Mighty Ducks. It was like watching my kids fought us trying to watch it.
Charlie, is that the main little kid?
I have no idea. I can't remember. But they didn't want to watch the movie. They wanted to watch Thor Ragnarok, which we're sort of next in the Marvel's universe to watch. And they're like, they just want to watch something. I'm like, no, just give us 5 minutes. They're like, this sucks. And like, then it starts getting into it, and then the funniness happens. Like they put the poop in the purse, and they're like, okay. Because the movies back then took a little longer to get started.
It's true. There was a slower burn there.
And my wife's like, oh, it's developing a plot. I'm like, it still sucks. But like, let's get past this fake faux plot stuff. I mean, they said like a racist joke in the movie too. I was like, whoa, this is.
It was the 90s.
I guess so. I was
different times.
It was
maybe not for the better.
My wife was. Did they just say that? It was bad. Anyway, it was a fun moment though. So get a vintage guitar that's made out of vintage pieces.
Well, you can get multiple vintage guitars that way. That's how you can look at it.
Or you can like parts catch your own. Buy a vintage neck, get some vintage body. You can do it. It's out there.
We'll just buy a bunch of original vintage pieces.
Build your own. It's a journey.
We'll mix and match. It'll be great.
That's the beauty of the Stratocaster.
That's the way Leo envisioned it.
It is. Like you can't do that with a Les Paul.
It is. I was gonna say it's funny that this is pretty much narrowed down to Fender. We're talking about vintage Fenders because you're probably not chopping the neck off of like a ES 175
unless you're an idiot.
I mean, you could, I guess. Be much more labor intensive than
so let us know your thoughts, your experiences with this as well, and what you think about going Partscaster farming with us. Take us home, John.
There you go. Hit like, hit subscribe. Don't forget the bell. It's very important. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out with us.